Hello, Avery. How you doing today?
I'm doing well, thank you.
How's your dog Bella doing? Last time we chatted, she wasn't doing so well.
Yeah, she's doing a lot better. She's like eating and she's back to like her spirited self and everything.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Pets are like such an important part of our lives, and when they're not doing well, it can really affect you.
Yeah.
An idea. How's everything going with the class?
I'm doing well, but it's been like a busy week. I'm glad we have this regularly scheduled time to like meet and decompress. I have a number of committee responsibilities, along with my individual development plan that are kind of spreading me thin.
Yeah, it's a common feeling in your first years of teaching. It can be challenging to complete all the responsibilities we have to complete. Um, when I experience this feeling, I try to prioritize my workload based on how the task will impact my students and making sure that they are the priority. I know you do a great job with this.
Thanks for the feedback and understanding.
Yeah, definitely. What were some of the highlights and opportunities of the prior week with your students' understanding of main idea?
Well, my students were able to make some progress in their ability to annotate key details within the text. They're highlighting important details, but they're still struggling when trying to determine the main idea.
Okay. Well, I think it's important to build off the strengths that you've established in the classroom to improve the students' performance. You have built undeniable bonds with your students in the classroom. Every time I'm in the class, they really want to perform well for you,
Mhm.
and that just shows what a great job you've done developing the relationship.
Yeah, I have a good group of kids, and I've been vulnerable with them, so that's allowed me
I
to
feel like when
establish
I
good
share
relations.
stories of my dog.
Oh yeah, kids love stories about
Yeah.
dogs. That's a great way to relate to them.
Mhm.
Let's dive into today's lessons plan, where your focus was on determining main idea with an informational text. How do you think it went?
Um, Overall, I thought the lessons went well. The majority of the students were engaged with reading the article. I think selecting an article that's like interesting to the students is really important, like in keeping them engaged during the
That's
lessons.
so difficult to do, right? You have to find
Yeah.
something that's going to capture their attention.
Yeah, I feel like my anticipatory set was good because it grabbed their attention immediately.
I loved it. It was so gross, but the kids couldn't keep their eyes off of the screen.
I enjoyed using a poll question to create like personal connection of eating fruit, and same with like finding the video about the topic provided like a visual that was unforgettable with the bugs coming out of the fruit.
Yeah, it's like who doesn't like fruit? Who doesn't like strawberries? Who doesn't
Yeah,
like raspberries? And then when you see them in a bowl and you see all those bugs coming out,
yeah,
it hits differently, and
yeah,
there's definitely that engagement factor, and kids want to know what's going on with the fruit that they
yeah,
enjoy. So I thought that was really a great way to grab the students' attention. Their eyes were glued to the video because you used a TikTok video. That's pretty cool
hmm,
because obviously kids and technology, and they love being connected, and using a TikTok video really can relate to students. And then of course, yeah, the gross part was seeing the bugs come out. So what were some other strengths in the lesson?
I think the strengths where students were able to build on their annotation skills by like highlighting key details within the text and writing in the margins. They summarized each paragraph by using pair share activities where they had dialogue with a peer and then shared out with the entire class.
Yeah, I think using pair share activities are so important because students get to have a really safe environment to kind of
Hmm.
um, convey what their understanding is of
Yeah.
a paragraph or the article,
Mhm.
and before they share out with the big group.
Yeah.
Also, with English language learners, this is really super important for them because that way they don't have to share in front of a whole class. They can have a trusted
Yeah.
classmate that they're going to be able to speak to, and
Hmm.
that really helps them develop their language too, their
Yeah.
language skills when they're speaking.
Mhm.
What other strengths did you see in the lesson?
I think my students are developing the skills to identify key details, but they need a way to like organize their annotations.
Yeah, that's sometimes hard because they're annotating. They have a lot of information on their paper, but how do they kind of condense it into one.
Mhm.
So it kind of sounds like you're looking for some support with like a graphic organizer to help them kind of put all their thoughts and annotations together.
Mhm.
I've got a couple of resources that you could look at and review and determine which one would work best for your class.
Yeah, that'd be good if you could share them with me.
Okay, yeah, sure. I think I've got one of them with me today. I could review with you. I've been using it with my class for informational text. It's a inverted triangle.
Mhm.
In this inverted triangle, they basically have to give more information at the very top of it, right?
Mhm.
And then as they go further down, as the triangle gets more narrow, that's where they're going to put in their main idea, and they support it with the evidence that they put in the rest of the triangle. So I think it's a valuable tool, but you should take a look at it and see if it works for you. You how the graphic organizer work you selected, and see how it worked with your students. Is there anything else you want to review today?
No, I feel like we're real focused on solutions to help my students with organizing their thoughts to identify main idea. Next week, we'll reflect on the implementation of the graphic organizer.
Okay, that's a great idea. And I think what we want to do with these meetings is really just keep them concise, right, to what you're working on in your class with your students, and we'll really use that the student focus to really be able to determine if they're working or not.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you.